Okay, let's start the session. Hello, everyone. My name is Dave Karlekar on behalf of Guru Schools. I want to welcome you all. Today, we're having another introductory session on Salesforce administration and business analysis. What you see on the screen is basically the course curriculum flyer about Salesforce administration and business analysis. Okay. Week by week highlights of the topics, the email address, the phone number, and the whole 9 yard. Right? Now, I will give you some backdrop about our organization. And then we will jump on to the overview session for Salesforce administration and business analysis. Okay, we are a Salesforce partner company. This is our largest practice. But before our trainers, Devendra and Amrapali, start giving you an overview session, we want to start by giving some backdrop. Next slide, please. So at Guru Schools, as an organization, we are in the business of IT training, consulting, outsourcing since 1999. This is our 24th year in the making. Year on year, between 250 to about 300 people in the normal times. We train them for about 15-20 different technologies, and we place them across the USA and Canada. Post-pandemic, that number have doubled. Now we are training and placing between 460 to about 550 people, simply because those who are otherwise restricted within the premises of their household because of family responsibilities, children, other chores, suddenly now they can also learn and earn, because everything is remote. Because of pandemic, because of the virus, the entire landscape of IT have changed. They've changed in the favor of homemakers, because now they can also work. Okay, so this 100% growth primarily has come from females, all well educated, but had to sacrifice their career post-marriage, post-maternity because of family reasons. And that's where you will see in our counseling sessions also, for the last few years, we are seeing about 80 to 85% of the enrollment primarily are of female candidates. And we're humbled with that opportunity that helps a long way towards gender equality, towards getting more female audience in the STEM education. Even if on a conservative side, you were to take 280, 300 people we have trained and placed, over the last 24 years, we have over 7,000 people successfully trained and placed in corporate America and Canada. All our clients, Fortune 5,000 clients in US and Canada, the global outsourcing clients, the Indian outsourcing clients, the US and the Canadian vendors. We could work with them because of our employees, because of the candidate just like you, who came to our academy, got trained, we placed you, and you end up working in a corporate America and Canada. You end up working through this global outsourcing, Indian outsourcing, and the US Canadian preferred vendors. Plus, majority of our enrollment, about 38 to 40% of our enrollment, is because of our employees, ex-employees. Those who came with me back in 90s, first we helped them in terms of learning and earning, then their spouses, then their siblings, then their close relatives, extended relatives, acquaintances, friends, neighborhood friends. And for many, now their children have grown up in early 20s, mid 20s. Those children who were born in front of our eyes, now we are training and placing them. So it's very humbling. There is no price tag to that satisfaction that the second generation we can make a difference. As in services business, it's always about customer delight. So when we see these thousands of workforce working in out of gratitude, helping us with every passing day for our growth, that makes us going. Okay. So today we're going to talk about Salesforce administration and business analysis track, but along with that, so many other things. We have all this information, whether you go on our website, on our YouTube page, on our LinkedIn page, Facebook, everywhere you could go, you could gather more information. Say, for example, our YouTube page, you will see more than 3,000 videos for different technologies and courses. On LinkedIn, you will see a couple of hundred of our employees working on different skills. How we are able to make a difference in your life, right? How are we different than those dime a dozen universities, the zillions of training institutes in the US, Canada, as well as in India? And how are we different than them? So we have 6 pillars or 6 different ways of helping you. Next slide, please. Now, before we could start with this, let me first tell you, there are tier 2, tier 3 universities. There are dime a dozen training institutes in the US, Canada, and India. They are giving zillions of technology training. How are we different than them? What you see on a screen, that's our USP. That's our unique selling proposition, or that's our differentiator. The university and the training institute is more keen on giving you theoretical training. Most of their training recordings, you will see they are 1, 2, 2, 3, 3-year-old. That means their training is obsolete, outdated, because even a product like Salesforce, it has 3 releases in the calendar year. Meaning every 4 months, they will have a new features and functionalities added to their toolkit. So if you are using for a reference for this 2, 3-year-old videos, they are basically obsolete. The university and the training institute is more keen on selling more training videos because that's their bread and butter and make money. The day you get a job, they lose you as a customer. Again, we want you to become a wise consumer. And as a prudent customer, you need to think before you act. How will you help me get a job? Do you have clients? Do you have sales and marketing team? Do you have the HR talent acquisition team? Who will be preparing my resume? What kind of clients will I be working on as a part of internal projects? Do you have a focused practice? Do you have the global outsourcing vendors, clients? Will you help me prepare for the interview? And then will you be giving me that project support as and when I start teething in on a project? So what you see on a screen is our 6 pillars. These universities and training institutes, they don't have an army of sales marketing people working on acquiring those clients, Fortune 5,000 clients in US, Canada, or these global Indian or the US, Canadian vendors. They don't have an army of HR talent acquisition team. They don't have clients to service you. All they have is this session, which is getting recorded. Record the session and then sell these sessions, like this 20, 50, 100 sessions, to as many people as you. And some of them will be live sessions also, for which you're spending $1,000, $2,000, $5,000, $10,000, $15,000, depending upon your vulnerability and how much they can rob you of your hard-earned money. Do not spend a penny from your pocket. Just subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can watch thousands of videos. It will give you a good idea as to what you're getting into. But that's what these universities and training institutes are teaching you. They are not helping you get a job because they don't have recruiters and salespeople to do so. They don't have the signed MSA. They are not product partner. We are a Salesforce partner company. We have 7, 8 projects going on Salesforce. I have team working. I have about 118 people team in the USA. Salesforce, majority of them are certified Salesforce consultants. And then we have a team in India. Devendra and Amrapali lead that team, and they are working on these offshore projects. When you have a focused product partnership, we are paying year on year, whether it's a bronze level partnership, silver, gold, platinum. For paying product partnership to Salesforce, you have to certify X number of people. You have to get on the SOW's projects. You have to execute these projects. Now, these projects are your clients because you are getting a teething into these projects, live projects. It's not a theoretical training. You're getting a good blend of theoretical as well as practical training because you're working on live projects. So we are more geared towards placing you on a project. We're a consulting company which has a small training division. Whereas the universities and the training institutes, we are a training company. They just train you. They'll keep asking you, okay, take this training, take 5,000, other training 3,000, this training 10,000. And you will spend your entire life learning. But I guess most of you are here for earning, not for learning only. A consulting company is more keen on placing you so that as you make money, they make money because you will be on our payroll. So every payroll gets generated. As you make your 8,000, 10,000 a month compensation, they also make little money on you because they are your employer. Our training division is more geared towards placing you. It complements our placement and our consulting division. So the 6 pillars are: pillar number 1, instructor-led interactive live training. Each of our session led by an instructor, it's interactive and it's live. As you see the earlier flyer, it's about 8-week long training. So every week you will have 7 sessions, 3 technical sessions, 2 reference-ready resume preparatory session, and 2 job placement sessions. 7 sessions a week. So about 56 sessions you will have over the next 2 weeks. What you learn in technical session is what you see on a screen. Over and above, every week you will have 2 RRRP sessions, reference-ready resume preparation. And you will have 2 job placement sessions. Along with this technical training, what you're getting is RRRP session works towards reference-ready resume preparatory session, your resume preparation. Devendra, come to the 6 pillar slide, please. Previous slide. 6 pillar. Yeah, thank you. 3 technical sessions, 2 reference-ready resume preparatory sessions, and 2 job placement sessions, all working parallelly. Every week, 7 sessions. What happens in the technical sessions? Anything and everything pertaining to Salesforce administration and business analysis, step by step, will be taught to you week by week. What happens in the RRRP sessions? Anything and everything pertaining to your resume preparation by working on some in-house projects. The trainers will be showing you the live projects. We are basically teething into over 24 years of history where we have over 7,000 plus people placed on our clients, on our projects. Looking at those resumes, learning from those resumes, working on these internal projects, you are inching towards preparing your resume, which has the client inclusion, the domain inclusion, the technology inclusion, the roles and responsibilities. And because as a team you're working on a project, our project manager or our senior consultants will be your reference because they have seen you working and they have seen you performing. In the 2 job placement sessions, primarily our sales, HR, talent acquisition team is basically marketing your resume for all these Fortune 5,000 clients in US and Canada, global outsourcing, Indian outsourcing, US, Canadian vendors for their requirements, for whom we are their vendors for the last 10, 15, 20, 24 years. This is not for the first time we are working with them. Year on year, 250 to 450 consultants we train and place. Relationship, rapport, signed contract, billable consultants, they understand our offering, learn and earn, fully backed by the performance guarantee. And hence, they are engaging you to their projects. So that's the first pillar. 7 sessions a week. All these sessions will be live, conducted by an instructor, he or she, gender inclusion, like you have Devendra as well as Amrapali, at least on an average 15 years of work experience working in IT. Okay, these are not kiddos who stole some videos from somewhere and giving it to you and they're gone. No, they stay with you from A to Z, from your enrollment, throughout your learning, throughout your reference-ready resume preparation, throughout your vendor interviewing, client interviewing, project placement, and 6 months of support. All throughout the journey, they are with you. What you see on a screen, these are the 6 pillars. Pillar number 2, course completion diploma certificate. We have a training company. If you were to attend 75% of our technical training, 75% of our RRRP training and job placement training, you are awarded a diploma certificate, so and so satisfactorily completed training on Salesforce administration business analysis, and you will be awarded a diploma. Something which you can write in your resume, on your LinkedIn profile. You can mention during the interview, you feel good, you achieved something after 10, 20 years of graduation. And that helps you a long way towards having that self-belief that yes, you can do it. Because for many of you, your education is outdated or irrelevant to that what you are pursuing your career. So when your education is outdated, when your confidence is the rock bottom, when you are a little depressed, that life can be miserable without any career, empty mind is devil's workshop, this ignites that career flame. Family is happy that they see you're humming in the right direction and there is a light at the end of the tunnel. The third pillar is resume preparation by the RRRP team. This is the specialist team. Reference-ready resume preparation is the heartline. That's basically our face of our offering. Here, along with the trainers and the HR, our reference-ready resume preparation team for the last 24 years who have placed over 7,000 consultants for different skills. With the combination of our internal projects, our past projects, line by line, they're working with you towards ensuring your resume has all the bells and the whistles, the proper content for that particular technology. And with that glitz and the glamour, you are ready to launch in the job market. Very important. The fourth pillar is vendor interview preparation. Whether it's a global outsourcing companies like Capgemini or Accenture or Atos or Virtusa, whether it's an Indian outsourcing companies, TCS, Infosys, Wipro, Cognizant, HCL, Tech Mahindra, NIIT, Birlasoft, Persistent, or the US Canadian preferred vendors, Moody's, Kelly Services, Manpower, Experis, Elizen, and many others. Well, we are working with them. In the last 24 some years, by having the signed contract, by having hundreds of consultants placing year on year, there's a rapport, relationship, faith. They understand our offering. And that's the reason they're submitting you to their global outsourcing project. The fifth pillar is client interviewing. There are times where our own consultants are working for the client. They know the environment, and they will spoon feed you as to what the client expectations are. The vendor, our ex-employees or employees work with you as a team towards elaborating, because these are all global outsourcing projects. They have hundreds of teams working on-site, off-site, nearshore, offshore. So you're getting that deeper insight about that client, about the manager's expectations, about his or her working style, what they are looking for. And based on that insight, our trainer who have trained you throughout the journey and have helped you with the RRRP team towards updating your resume will be guiding you further towards preparing for the D-Day, the finale. And with the help of that of vendor, our employees, ex-employees, and the trainer, you have the questions and answers. Plus, thanks to the pandemic, everything is remote. So you know more or less what the manager will be asking, because there are people like you already working with this manager onshore, offshore, nearshore. They have guided you what typical questions will be asked. Based on that, the trainer have given you the notations. You have all this supplementary help on your whiteboard, on your cue cards, on your yellow stickies. And while talking to the client during the interview, whether it's a phone interview, web interview, you are able to elaborate that, because you know you're not going blindfolded. You know what the questions and answers will be coming and how to answer those questions. Where the other people are going blindfolded, you're fully aware of this client, about the manager's expectations, and hence, obviously, you'll come out with the flying colors. So clearing client interview is reasonably very easy because of the system which works in your favor. There is a pro-candidate bias because we work as a team. Then comes the sixth pillar, that is post-project, you get a 6 months of project support. Many of you have done some odd jobs, some other allied work than IT, which some of those skills are transferable in IT. And hence you're coming in here, and of course we are guiding you. There is always a first time, whether it's swimming or driving or cooking or parenting. And that's where you take the help of the professionals. On a similar format, when you're new on the project, so that you don't cause an inconvenience to the client, again, along with the trainer, you will have this 118 plus consultants, senior consultants, guiding you in every step of your journey 24/7. We take pride in saying our system works 24/7. Some of you are in our career counseling group. So you have seen the communication there, whether it's 12 midnight or 12 noon, whether it's 2 a.m. or 2 p.m., whether it's 6 a.m. or 6 p.m. The communication flows, whether it's a weekdays or weekends like this today. The communication flows. We are always 24/7. When we say Jana Seva is Ishwar Seva, to help people is divine, we have to walk the talk. Okay, it's very humbling to see when your own parents, siblings, spouses, near and dear friends cannot help you get a job. You come to Guru schools as a Gurukul, 2 or 3 months, and all of you will have a prospering career. So that old story of king with the Midas touch, we get goosebumps in saying, yes, we can shape up your career. All we ask for is give your 100%. Been there, done that, With all humbleness, we have shaped the lives of these many thousands of people. We know what is the secret recipe for the success, and that's what you will be getting it at Guru Schools. So these are the 6 pillars: instructor-related interactive live training, course completion diploma certificate, reference-ready resume preparation, vendor interview preparation and clearance, client interview preparation clearance, and then 6 months of project support once you are on a project. Next slide, please. Devendra, next slide. These are some of the courses, right? I mean, again, you go to our training website, www.guruschools.net, you will see all these courses. You will see such introductory sessions for those courses. You can spend an hour going through them and you will understand how it will benefit you. What are the pre-requirements for these courses? What's the course curriculum is? What will it require before you join in the course? What is the average compensation after completing the course for this job? What's the career progression? How many thousand jobs are there in US and Canada? And so many other questions will get answered. Again, www.guruschools.net. That's our training website. Okay. Next slide, please. These are all our courses. Now, which course to enroll, which course not to enroll. Every week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 12 noon, we have a candidate career counseling session where our counselors, our HRs, our trainers, they gather to have a counseling session with you. And you may benefit from that session. Before that, you have to go through all these courses, understand how they are similar to each other, how they are different to each other, which of these courses closely aligns to you, and accordingly, we will help you in making that career decision. Next slide, please. Devendra, next slide, please. Okay. And being in New Jersey, we also have some focus courses on SaaS, clinical trial, data management, validation, and other things. As I said, if you see the skills, most of the skills are emerging, hot, they are like a hot potato get consumed by all these Fortune 5,000 clients in the US and Canada. Next slide, please. As I've already mentioned, these are all instructor-led interactive live session. All our trainers have the median working age of our trainer in IT is about 15 years. These are not rookies who are giving you some videos and playing these videos along with you. No. Every session is live. will have a proper presentation format, and with a good blend of theoretical and practical learning, you will be undergoing the training. Okay. I mentioned before, we're a Salesforce partner company. Along with Salesforce partner company, say for example, we're a Scrum Alliance partner company, we're IBA partner company, we're Oracle partner company, we're a UiPath partner company, we're Selenium partner company. We have so many open source cybersecurity or other partner company. By having this product partnership, of course, it costs money, but that also gives you an opportunity to work diligently with these companies towards building the practice. We can certify our own employees. We get these small projects where you teeth in. Otherwise, where are the projects? What can you learn? Watching on a television how to swim. I mean, again, that's different than live when you're in waters. So you're having a blend of both, right? Majority of the consumption, as I said, is by the Fortune 5000 clients in US, Canada, the US, the Canada preferred vendors, the global outsourcing vendors. We also do small projects here locally. There are organizations, the healthcare professional doctors organization called API, the retailers association called ARA, and so many other small vendors, business people, their website design development. Now, all of these are our projects, whether it's gathering business analysis, whether it's testing, whether it's web development, whether it's cloud infrastructure management, whether it's a data upgrade, whether it's a sales force deployment, whether it's a Salesforce upgrade, whether it's generating reporting using this BI reporting tools, all of that. As a team, you're teething in, and these are your life projects, which you will not see in most of the cases. Okay, next slide, please. Now, I'm more or less done. I will have our trainers, Devendra and Amrapali, will go forward towards further deep dive in a focused Salesforce administration business analysis training. So thank you all for listening. Again, my name is Dave Karlekar. I welcome the opportunity. I sincerely thank you for joining on Saturday morning. Devendra Amrapali, it's all yours. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you so much, Dev sir. So hello everyone. My name is Devendra and I'm here in Guru Schools from the past many years, and I am continuing with the Salesforce training practice. And we have been with the family of around 150 people here in Salesforce, and and I'm currently working as a Salesforce senior Salesforce admin as well as business analyst, and currently working on many projects with US and Canada region clients. So here to start with, I will start with talking about the Salesforce job market. So now everyone knows that about Salesforce, right? So Salesforce basically is a American cloud-based software company, as you all can see on the screen, headquartered in San Francisco, California, and it was founded by Mark Benioff. And the word says customer relationship management, right? CRM. So it is to manage the customer. So I will be not be talking about much technical here, but yes, so it will be more a theoretical way. So just to understand how Salesforce work. So we have prepared couple of slides which will just to show you the overview how Salesforce looks like. Okay. So to learn the Salesforce skills, so you don't need any IT background, first of all, just the basic communication skills like Dev sir mentioned earlier while he was giving his pitch. So first of all, you should be knowing basic English language, as well as to if you are from non-IT background, if you are from the customer service background, then yes, Salesforce is a very good boon for you, and you can learn it very easily. So it's basically a customer relationship management. So to manage the customer, how we manage our customers, how we generate leads, how we generate opportunities, how we uh, make contacts. So these all are the terms that we'll be learning while uh, going through the training of 6 to 8 weeks. Okay. So here in the last, you can see that being proficient in Salesforce admin skills, therefore can main open many doors for you. Okay. So here you can see the Salesforce admin slide wherein you can see the customer, you can see how the tracking system works, the customer from customer to phone, like there will be a multiple channels, right? For example, if you're uh, going to any website, right, through phone, like if you got an email for, so like for example, take the example of any website, right? So when you visit any website, so you will be the customer for them. So you will fill out the form. So it will be generated as a lead in Salesforce, right? So these are some of the technical things that we will be implementing in Salesforce, like without writing a single line of code, we will be implementing and we will be automating the systems, like how by a single click we can achieve many things, right? To maybe like booking, for example, booking the doctor's appointment, like how the relationship between the doctor and the patient will work, how these type of things like we can automate through Salesforce without writing a single line of code. So that is the beauty of Salesforce. So here you can see the customer, uh, and then you can see the lead is generated and the ticket is generated through phone, email, chat. Here the Salesforce admin is the king in Salesforce, and he will take all the requirements from the customers, from the business users, and he will work accordingly. Okay. So in the coming 6 to 8 weeks, when we will be starting our training, then we will be diving into it, how the ecosystem of Salesforce works, how like things and why Salesforce is booming in the market. Okay. So here you can see the career path of Salesforce, like to learn Salesforce skills, like first the baby step is Salesforce admin, right? First of all, like whenever you are learning Salesforce, so you should be a good Salesforce admin, and then the path opens, right? So it's up to you, like how you upgrade yourself, how you upskills yourself, like how you practice more and more to uh, achieve more in this industry. Like first of all, like you need to be certified as a Salesforce admin. Then the path will open for Salesforce consultant, developer, architect, solution architect, and so on. Like it depends upon you. Like uh, the ocean is very big, and it's up to you that uh, how much you need to achieve. Okay. So here I have fetched like from the dice, if you have free time, just go to dice, career builder, indeed, like just search for the Salesforce admin jobs in US and Canada. So there are many jobs, right? So it depends upon your preparation, depends upon how we prepare you, like to get a job, right? So first of all, like we make you learn in 6 to 8 weeks. Along with that, we while giving the training, we give you the interview question and answer also. While, like, for example, if I'm taking the topic of what is Salesforce, right? So I will be teaching you what is Salesforce. Along with that, if that topic contains an interview question, then I will be telling you that these are the possible questions that the interviewer can ask you while giving the interview. Okay. So this type of in your free time, you can go to Dice, Career Builder, Indeed. So there are various job channels, right? So there you can search, and like you can see that how many opportunities are there for the Salesforce admin job, right? So here you can see the current market, right? Salesforce average salary. So here you can see the New York, in New York, like around $1,25,000 per year. Virginia, California, Georgia, Texas. So it depends upon the region, depends upon the industry, what is the industry, and how big the client is, are the payouts. Okay. So there is no limitation in payout. So it is always about 100K annually. But yes, depends upon the client and the current market situation. But yes, it's a very high paying job. And it's a basic average salary. You can see on the screen, and you can see like I have prepared some of the industry data Salesforce is using. Okay, so here you can see on the slide. So it covers almost all the industry like information technology, uh, information services, medical device, biotechnology, so real estate, banking, insurance, management consulting. So like there are so many like industries, almost all everything is covered by Salesforce. So earlier there was not so much of boom in terms of Salesforce, right? But here now in 2023 when we line until 2024, like Salesforce has promised like millions of job, like around 23 millions of job, like until 24. So there are so many opportunities that's the reason like people are keen to learn Salesforce. And being the beauty of Salesforce, like if you don't know anything about IT knowledge and you don't need any IT background, yeah, you can learn Salesforce easy. So here you can see on the screen some of the clients and customers that have Salesforce. You can see Cisco. You can see all the, also now Salesforce is sponsoring cricket also, and there are like very good companies like Kone, Spirion, General American Corporation, 3M Healthcare. So all the industry it is covering. It is try to spread all around the globe. Okay, and uh, that's it. Like from my side, and my colleague Amrapali will continue from the next slide. Thank you so much. Amrapali,
Thank you.
all yours.
Yeah, thank you, Devendra. So, hello everyone. My name is Amrapali. I am one of the trainer at GuruSchools. So let's start the overview of Salesforce. So Salesforce is a cloud computing platform which provides services like SaaS and PaaS means software as a service and platform as a service. Could you please go to next slide, Devendra? Okay, thank you. So, at the start of the session, we will first create the developer org for Salesforce, which actually we are going to use for our training purpose, where we can do practice, we can customize it, okay, without writing a single code. And throughout the training, you will have to use the same developer org, okay, for your practice. So as you can see on the screen, it's the very simple basic steps which we have to follow to create the developer org, which we are going to, take you on that particular road when we start the session training. Yeah, please next slide. Thank you. So in Salesforce, as you can see on the screen, we have different type of look and feel. So Salesforce provides different user interface. So the interface which you are seeing right now in the screen is classic user interface, and then we have lightning user interface. The second slide, this shows as a lightning user interface. So classic is basically earlier, where Salesforce was introduced, that time they introduced the classic user interface, but now in 2016 Salesforce has introduced the lightning user interface, and now every company is using lightning user interface. And if any company, let's say, or any organization is using this old one, which is classic one, they are also migrating to the lightning user interface. Next slide, please. So, and the benefits of cloud computing and Salesforce is cheaper, it's scalable, collaboration, and hassle-free. It provides a very different kind of services to the system. So, our company and organization. So we can say every industry is nowadays using Salesforce. Okay, whether it could be medical field or finances, banking, insurance, retail, or any other. And IT is mostly using Salesforce. Yeah. So as you can see on the screen, we have some of the different services and products offered by Salesforce. Sales, we have sales, product, marketing products, services, analytics, then community, application, commerce, IoT, and health. So Health Cloud is basically it used in the medical field, or we can say healthcare. Sales and marketing is for sales and marketing, and then we have community as well. So these are different types of services and products Salesforce introduced, but the very basic is sales. So if you want to learn any other different product, so you need to have knowledge of sales product, okay, because everything is dependent on the sales product, or we can say module. Next slide. Salesforce has a model view controller pattern, model in where we have data objects. We can store data base in the format of tables, exactly like Excel sheet. All right, because in Excel sheet also we create tables, we create rows, we create columns, and exactly same we can save the data in Salesforce as well. Okay, so the only difference is in Salesforce we call it as data objects rather than calling it as a table. Then view. So as I mentioned earlier, Salesforce provides two user interface, Lightning as well as Classic, but it also has browser page, mobile page, Visualforce page. That means you can either log in Salesforce from your browser, from your computer, or you can log in from your mobile application as well. Okay, and it is very convenient for everyone to use it. Then controller means business logic. So it contains standard and custom controller. For example, there are some set of functionalities which is already provided by Salesforce. Okay, those we can use. Admins can use those functionality to make or to customize the Salesforce, okay, as per the business requirement, and it depends on the business. So each and every org will have a different business logic based on their businesses. And then we have some custom controllers. For example, development or Java. Okay, so developers can do coding and create some custom controllers as well. Next slide, please. Okay, and Salesforce has a strong security model. So using the security model, okay, we can restrict or grant access to users to, let's say, view any particular object or record or any org level security. So it contains consist of different small modules, we can say, which is profiles, permission sets, OWT, role hierarchy, and criteria based and manual sharing. So these are all comes under security, which if we add all these modules together, so it becomes a very strong security model in Salesforce. Next slide.
Yeah, Amrapali, I would like to add here something. So
Okay.
why most of the companies are opting for Salesforce? Because of its like security model. Because security is very strong in Salesforce. So that's the reason like every Fortune 5000 companies are like opting to Salesforce, and they have many clients. So that's the reason like they are opting for Salesforce. So security is very important topic, as well as the very strong module of Salesforce, and that's the reason like their business is like growing uh, day by day.
Thank you, Devendra. Okay, so here as you can see on the slide, we have a data handling and data management process. So we have a different tools for data management as well. Using that, we can make sure that the data quality of our org or any company's org is correct. For an example, let's say that we have a sales team, okay, uh, whose work is to selling the products to the customers. Okay, now let's say that when we get a lead into the system, let's say there might be some information which we get, for example, name, email address, phone number. Okay, but there has to be a pattern that, let's say, the email address should be required or mandatory for each and every lead, because otherwise salespeople will not be able to contact that particular lead. Okay, so that type of data quality we can maintain, assure using data management. And as you can see here, we can do bulk updates as well. That means mass updates using different types of tools. For example, data loader, we have a data import wizard, which is a Salesforce tool, then data export, then we have some of the third-party tools as well, which actually import bulk data as well as export bulk data. Next slide. Thank you. So in Salesforce, we have reports and dashboard. Okay, so reports and dashboards are the standard functionalities of Salesforce, which actually helps to generate reports. So if you have a data in your system, okay, and your manager, let's say, or any higher authorities want to see that data in a very systematic manner, then you can generate these reports, which are available from standard report types. Then if there is something which is not available, then we can also create as a custom one, which is called custom report type. Okay, so we can create new reports and store them in a personal folder, as well as we can give access to the users as well. So here in reports and dashboard also security model works. Next is the very important topic in Salesforce, which is Salesforce automation. So in Salesforce automation, we have a process builder, which is the advanced tool of automation, which provide different types of services. For an example, you can send an email to your customer without manually typing it, writing it down, and sending it to the users, or create any record or update any record. So it provides basically different types of services. Could you please go to next slide, please? Yeah, so as you can see here on the screen, it provides different services. As I mentioned earlier, create record, that email alerts, update records. Other than that, we have submit for approval, quick actions, apex, and flows. So these are all the services, action types, which we are going to learn in very depth in a training session. Yeah, that's it from my side, Devendra.
Yeah, thank you, Amrupali. So, guys, don't need to worry. Like, it was a bit technical. So she was talking about only the overview, but when you will be joining the class, and we will be taking you through the theoretical part, as well as we will be giving you the assignments and step by step, like solution, how you need to do the assignment and how the practical things you need to do. Like, just you can see on the slide that we have action types as create record, email alerts, flows, post to chatters. So these type of like actions we will be learning how we can automate without writing a single line of code. Right? This is the beauty of Salesforce. And so talking about the data loaders. So basically, like, we will be learning the data loader. So it's a external tool that is integrated with Salesforce. So we will be installing Java for it, uh, and we will be deep diving into it by seeing it operations as insert, update, upsert, delete, hard delete, export all. So these are actions that we'll be learning. So just a point and click, and your millions of data will be updated, inserted, and so deleted. It depends upon the client requirement. Okay. So and so we so there will be question like why Salesforce, right? So there are many reasons to learn Salesforce. First of all, like it offers various platforms like Sales Cloud, Marketing Cloud, Service Cloud, Health Cloud, Community Cloud, Commerce Cloud, Salesforce CPQ. Like so, first of all, like to learn Salesforce skills and to deep dive into it. So Salesforce admin is a basic step. You can say the baby step. So first of all, you need to learn Salesforce. So here, like on the slide, you can see many reasons to use Salesforce. First is vision and execution. How Salesforce has a big vision and how it is executing day by day in terms of like many clouds. Like when you will be joining the class, we will be explaining you different type of clouds, how things will be going, like when we talk about sales cloud, when we talk about marketing cloud, when we talk about service cloud. So here Salesforce is acquiring many companies like in 3 or 4 months, like there will be a news for Salesforce, like Salesforce has acquired this company, Salesforce has acquired that company, right? So strategic acquisitions, current trends and sustained growth, highly diversified offerings, support and excellent customer service. So because of the customer service, because of the customer relationships, so that's why Salesforce is booming day by day. Yeah. So here are some of the uh, mind maps, like you can see like who can learn Salesforce and how things will be going when you talk about Salesforce. Like here you can see student with any background can easily learn sales, learn like sales, marketing, banking, many more, right? The reason behind it, it does not require any programming background. Like we are talking from the start, like within like we talked about around 40 to 45 minutes, and in that like we talked about that it does not require any IT background. So just a basic understanding of how things are going, and you should be a good communicator, you should be a good customer service representative, and how to deal with the customers. And while you will be a Salesforce admin, you will be getting uh, task on the emails. You sometime it happens that you need to talk with the customers to understand the requirement as a admin, so to understand the business users. So here you can see we have listed some of the certifications, that is admin, advanced admin, platform developer, app builder, pad or consultant. So these are the different type of certifications. But first of all, you need to do the administrator certification. Then, if you're confident, then you can go for advanced. Then you can go for developer. You can go for platform app builder. You can go for sales cloud, service cloud, like based on your like interest in which cloud you want to pursue your career, right? Correct, yeah. So here you can see there will be 6 weeks of training, and earlier like they also talked about like 6 to 8 weeks of training. So here we will be taking you through training as well as the theoretical training as well as the practical training, including that we will be giving some doubts session also, and side by side, if you are confident, then we will be taking you through the mock interviews, and there all will be joining, and the person who will be giving the interview and the rest people will be on the as a mute spectator. So it will be learning for all, right? So side by side, along with the training, we have resume preparation session that is every Tuesday and Thursday, that is taken care by Dev sir. And so like things are like happening every day. It's again you that you need to like focus more, and you need to practice more and more, right? Yeah. 1 second. Yeah. So that's it from my side. Dev sir, you can
Okay.
carry on.
Yeah, thank you, Devendra Ramravali. So just it, nobody learns in mother's womb. Okay, given an opportunity, we all can learn. Uh, like we all learn walking, talking, crawling, uh, running, bicycling, swimming, driving, cooking, how to be a good child, how to be a good sibling, how to be a good spouse, how to be a good parent. Learning an IT skills are relatively a lot easier In driving, you can kill people if you make mistakes. Cooking, you can also kill people, food poisoning, or you can mishandle a child, causing damage. Learning IT, you're not causing any of those things. So you're just fine. Plus, Salesforce Admin, why we have seen a lot of success, because it's a functional skills. It's a drag and drop, basically. The code get executed in the background. You're not really writing any line of code, right? So all you require is basically some background of sales marketing, how these things works, lead generation to client prospecting to client acquisition, post-client management. That's a customer relationship management, right? Customer is the king, customer is the queen. How to service the customer, for which this is the CRM portal, and Salesforce is the big daddy. Secondly, basically, not only is drag and drop meaning, just drag one tab here from there, and then, at the background, the code get executed. So God-gifted street smartness, common sense, English communication skills, written and spoken, comprehension. Social skills, because you'll be talking to people, understand the requirements. And last but not the least, Microsoft Office, Word, Excel, PowerPoint, right? If you have these four things, you can make 100, 120, 130. You have seen the average compensation, Dice, Monster, Career Builder, NetTimes, Indeed, Glassdoor, LinkedIn. These are all the job portals where you will see how many job opportunities are there and what it is. Now, these are some of the FAQs. Before we start the FAQs, we'll see, are there any live questions from you? I'm going to see my chat sections. Any of you typing any questions? We have a question from Sunita Sundaram. Do we also have H1 support, training placed? We should have H4 EAD or H1. Well, it's individual perspective, whether you want to stay on H4 or you want to convert an H1. If you want to convert an H1, the visa cycle for 2024 will be opening in another month. So you should be ready with all. We are a consulting company, 24 years we are doing, out of 5,000 at least. Couple of thousand of them, not only visa process, but green card process. So you should be just fine if that's the route you want to go. So whether you want to stay on H4 EAD or whether you want to convert to H1B, well, we take care of our employees and students. So whatever you want to do, we will work with you. Okay, you as a candidate know what you want, and accordingly we will support you. The timings for that's a good question by Pooja Singla. The training time is around 9 p.m. Eastern time. So that's 6 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Mountain, 8 p.m. Central. So that's the time in case you miss a session or two. Well, then you can always fall back on the recording. Like this session will be recorded. So many of you wants to be sleeping your weekend routine. So you can always fall back on the recording and do the self-learning. Though we prefer to be interactive, but for some reason or the other, if you cannot attend it, you can always fall back on the recording. So 9 to 10:30 or 9 to 11, these are the standard training timelines for Salesforce or any other training for that matter. 3 times a week. So say, for example, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, or Wednesday, Friday, Sunday, or Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday. Alternate days for one day for you to digest. Sometimes work-related assignments are given for that. Actual certification, well, if you were paying attention, Shubhangi, the answer is yes. That's the second offering. Course completion, diploma, certificate along with certification. So Devendra showed you 4 or 5 times what different certifications are offered. So not only you get a certificate diploma from GuruSchools, we will also help you certify by Salesforce Corporation. Okay, certification is nice to have. Certification does not get you a job, but job, what gets you a job and make money. Okay, so the answer is yes, though. I'm gonna take the questions from the chat before we start with the FAQs, or some of you Start a question. Have we covered? Pooja Singla says, thank you. Okay. You're welcome, madam. We are here to service you. As I said, to help people is divine, right? Jana Seva is Ishwar Seva. I mean, the Biden or the Trudeau or the Modi is not going to come to you and help you, actually. Amongst us, some of us who are in a position have to help each other, right? I mean, recession, millions of job losses, month on month, year on year. So it goes a long way towards the growth of a country, to the economy. A lot of people have a lot of issues, family front, financial wise. That's where we help. Now, training, certification, reference ready resume preparation, vendor interview clearance, client interview clearance, 6 months of support. All of this will be free at Guru Schools, provided you complete the training and you work on us on our project. Okay. You will see these universities or training institutes, universities only for training. Salesforce Corporation charges you about 7,999 for a 4-week of admin course. Okay, they have special sometimes 6,999 or 5,999. Only for videos, you are giving $6,000. I would suggest you don't even spend a penny. Just watch our videos. If that's what learning you want, you will do it for free. If you want a job, then training is a lip service. You really need that hand holding, particularly for those who have never worked in IT or who have never worked in corporate America and Canada, or wants to work. So you need more help, more guidance. Many of you have lost 5, 10, 20 years of your premium life, right? I mean, you have parents, you have siblings, you have spouses. Even they cannot help you, right? If it is that easy, nobody would love to see you idling, right? Every year sitting on a sideline as a homemaker, that's about 120,000 job loss. So if you lost 5 years, that's 500,000. If you lost 10 years, that's 1 million of wage loss, opportunity loss, right? If you wants to work, then you can work, right? All you need is that career-driven mindset. If your spouse is working, you are not. Doesn't make you unintelligent. It simply means either because of your situations, immigration statuses, or family responsibilities, or maybe lack of career mindset, you choose not to, right? But that's a very easy fix. So that's where we are here for. So if there are no more questions from the chat, anybody has any other questions, raise your hand, ask us questions. Otherwise, we'll start with the FAQ questions, and then we are pretty much done with our session. Do we have anybody else who wants to ask us live questions before we take the FAQs? Do we have anybody asking any questions for us? There are 24 of you. No questions. Everybody's still half asleep. No problem. So we'll do the FAQs. Do we have anybody?
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Hello. Sir, my question is, will we get a remote job?
Who's asking this question?
Neha, sir. I am Neha.
Neha. Okay. Okay. Always introduce your name, madam, so we know whom we are talking to, because I'm on multiple screens. Okay. Thank you so much, Neha, madam. Thanks to pandemic, thanks to China, everything is remote. Fortunately, for those who are looking at a remote job, right? It's a game changer. The entire employment market have changed. Particularly more conducive to the female audience, those who otherwise had restrictions, had limitations for family, children, and other reasons. Now you can be in your pajamas and you can learn and earn, right? Because that's what all of us are doing for the last 3 years, since 2020. So now there are 1 billion people became positive in China, again with COVID, 1.6 billion. So looking at the trend, we expect even 2023, will be remote working because of, again, the infection and because of the nature of this industry going forward. So, so it's a great opportunity. I can't predict the future, but as of now and the near term, midterm, everything will be remote. You can be anywhere in the US and Canada, and you can still make 6-figure at the comfort of your home. Okay. Neha, madam, that's a question. Answer for you. We have Prachi raised her hand. Yes, Prachi.
Hello, this is Prachi. I am from New Jersey. My question is, you guys said that you are providing all this training and placement free of cost. So there are many other training institutes. They are charging lot of money. So why you guys are providing it? It is a free.
Why are we giving it for free? Okay. Uh, well, why? Because we can. That's one line answer. Well, see, again, let's put it in this way, right? We are doing this for 20 some years, right? It's a brutal awakening. You can't eat money for food, right? So it's very humbling to see, as I mentioned earlier, Prachi madam, all our clients are because of our employees, ex-employees. I mean, people literally worship us because uh, after 10, 20, 30 years, whether you're in early 20s or whether you're in late 50s or early 60s or late 60s, we have created a career for people, irrespective of the gender, when they all have lost hope. It means a lot. And these people have literally gone all the way towards helping us back. Some of the biggest compliment we get is, sir, when my own spouse could not help me for 15 years, 10 years, he or she is an architect or vice president, God knows what, senior executive, director, and all leadership role. But even he or she cannot help me. I just found you from Facebook, LinkedIn, wherever. And today I'm making 6 figures. I feel so good. My parents are so happy. Your parents gave you education not to sit you at home, right? If they would have known that you'll be wasting your career, life, education for 5, 10, 20 years, they would have made you illiterate. Why would they spend their time and money in educating you? Yes. So it's humbling to see those compliments. And it's not for charity, right? It is free. Yes, it is free. But you will be working on our project, right? So yes, we spend this $12,000, $15,000 for each one of you, right? Training cost money, couple of thousand in training. Certification cost money, about $500, $600. Reference ready resume, to prepare your resume and references, that cost money, about $1,200, $1,300, because these are experts and we have to pay them fees for executing their services. Then the vendor interview preparation, that cost money. Client interview preparation, right? The trainers who will be now preparing you for the interview, that's a separate invoice they'll be sending, because again, that's a separate service they're offering, which is different from the training. So training, they will send us an invoice for you. There'll be 2 trainers. So like Devendra Amrupali, they'll be sending me 2 invoices for helping you prepare for the interview. Obviously, right? Because they are working around the clock for you. Right? And then once you get a job, so that you don't drop the ball, for the first 6 months, again, the trainer will sending us monthly invoice. That's another $1,000 each per month. That's about $6,000 we'll be spending. Couple of thousand, $2,000, $3,000 for interview preparation. If you do the math, that's about 12, 13,000, depending upon, again, what skills. The invoice can vary by the dollar amount. But the beauty is, we have done this for the last 20 some years, right? So basically, we will be investing. It's not an expense for us, it's an investment for us. And then we will be recovering that investment as and when you start working on us, on our project. As you work, every month paycheck, we first recover our investment, and you work long enough, then we make money on you also. As I said, that helps us to teeth into the clients, the vendors, because you are our ambassadors. Wherever you go, you carry our organization flag, right? You are developing those relationships, that rapport. We get repeat business whenever you're the client side, right? Whenever there's a hiring, right? You will push our candidate. You will tell the manager to take the resource from us. The manager has already seen you perform. So, you are at the right priced quality resource, and hence they're taking people from us. That means we are shaping lives of other people because of you. When you see value in us, you will repeat more candidates to us, right? So yes, everybody, well, they take upfront money. Many of these training institutes, that's what their lifeline is. That's what their bread and butter is. They have to make $2,000, $4,000 from each one of you for every training. We are not a training company. We are a consulting company. So there are people like us working for 5, 5, 8, 8, 10, 10 years, 3, 3, 6, 6 years when they're on H1B and EADs and all. So every year they're working as they make that six figure, even we make that 8%, 6% on them. So we also make money. And it's scalable, right? Year on year, this between 450, 500 people, that's 40, 50 million book of business we are clocking year on year, right? Thanks to pandemic. Otherwise, in a good times, we were half the size. We were about 220, 240. Now, we are close to 450, 460 people. So all of that growth is happened because of one, pandemic. Second, because of people like you who now can work. So when everybody's charging money, right, still doubts whether it will happen or not. Somebody's training, somebody's trying to certify you, somebody's trying to write your resume. Too many cooks spoils the food. Here, there is a seamless integration. It's the same HR stays with you from your enrollment all throughout your learning and earning, throughout your life cycle at GuruSchools. The same trainer stays with you right from the training to working with the RRRP team for your resume build-up. The same trainers will be giving you the reference because they have worked with you on the project. Remember, we are basically product partner for Salesforce. And like Salesforce, we have another 11 product partnership. So in every focus practice, there's not onesies and twosies, right? If you go to our Salesforce, you will see about at least 118 plus people there, right? So you'll be in that group, and that group, you'll always have somebody working, somebody starting the project, somebody's finishing the project, somebody's preparing for the client interview, somebody's preparing for the vendor interview, somebody's preparing for the resume, somebody's revising the training, and there is somebody like you. So you're getting that constant mentoring 24/7, along with the 2-3 trainers which we have got, right? And this trainer, have this 100 plus billables plus offshore team working on the projects, and they manage this entire system. Okay, so you are never left out. You hold everybody's hand. We are one big family. So because we hold each other's hand, nobody's left behind. And you will learn. The senior consultants of today, just like you a couple of years ago, 2-3 years ago. And some of you will be our senior consultants down the line. Practice makes you perfect. Like we learn driving, cooking, parenting, we learn this also because it's all repetitive in nature. So that's the answer your question. We make money when you work on our projects. You make a fortune, and we also make a decent living. Okay. We have one more person, Rashmi. Rashmi, madam, you have raised your hand.
Thanks. Thank you, sir. Thanks for your clarification.
Madam, do you have a question for me, Rashmi, madam? No, right? Okay. All right. Nobody have any questions, I guess. So we'll take some FAQs. When is the training starting? Good question.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I have one question, sir. Rashmi is there. Actually, my mic is not working. I have one question about you guys are providing H1B.
Yes, we are a consulting company. So we do we file for new H1, we transfer, all of the above. Yes, madam. We have processed thousands and thousands of H1s and green cards. So the answer is yes. That's basically what a consulting company does. Okay. Have I answered your question, Rashmi, madam?
Yes, sir. One more question is, you guys are providing, it is a 100% placement. Is there any job securities there, sir?
Madam, we are training you for a job. Otherwise, I'm losing money, right? It's free for you. So if you don't get a job, I lose. I mean, I will have to close down this business. So if we cannot place you, basically, We have this whole army of over 36 trainers, over 45 people in HR, 15 people in sales. We'll have to close down our shutter. So this 450, 480 people, they come to us. We place most of them, provided they want a job, right? I mean, again, if you need a job, you will get a job. As in USA being 25 trillion economy, Canada being a 3 trillion economy, that's about 28 trillion marketplace, the richest countries. So yes, that's what we're eyeing for. Okay.
Okay,
So
got it, sir.
Rashmi,
Thank you, sir.
yes, you're welcome. Sunita, madam, okay, let's make it quick, guys. This is more than an hour we are in the session. Any questions for us? Sunita, Sundaram?
Yeah, hi. Dave, I have a quick question.
Go ahead, madam.
Okay, so basically, I'm on H4 at the moment, and I'm actually looking for a job that can give me a H1B. So I'm looking for training myself, upskilling myself. I think I'm in the right place, but what do you think? Am I able to get into the next H1B?
Madam, we are not a USCIS, so you cannot ask me, will I get an H1B? That's a lottery system, right? I'm not Joe Biden. All I can do, madam, I can file for your petition.
Yeah. Basically, okay. That's what I wanted to say. Will you be able to help us file it? I mean,
madam, we file like you, we file 50, 100 people every year. Yes, only for our students, only for our employees, not for any Tom, Dick and Harry, madam. Only for our people.
Correct,
we produce our own children and we place our own children. These are my children. So I'll go to any extent towards helping them, madam.
Okay, Dave. So is it going to be like, are we going to be ready for that? Because I know it's going to take some time for us to train. So is it going to be parallelly along with the training that you'll file, or finishing the training, getting a project?
There is a timeline when visa cycle opens.
Correct.
You're living in US, madam. Do you understand the visa cycle, how it works?
Yes, that's why my question was, how long is the time frame?
Madam, you can Google it. Then you will understand. There is a window opens for applying for the lottery system. If your name gets picked in the lottery system, then in the month of June, July, we file for the petition. If that petition gets cleared, if there are no RFEs, then starting October, you get your H1B petition. Okay, that's the timeline. Not my timeline. That's a USCIS. Okay, Department of Labor, Immigration Department. That's their timeline. So we have to follow their timeline, madam. They make the rule. I follow the rule.
Yeah, I got it. I think I didn't phrase my question correctly. So I know the rules of the USCIS, but I'm asking, is it like, see, because not everybody's going to get H1B1. It depends on the, various factors. Again. Yeah, it's a lottery. Again, yeah. So yeah, it's okay. I have another question, but I will talk to one-on-one on that.
Okay. Saida, madam, you have raised your hand.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes, madam.
Good afternoon, sir. So my question is, suppose I'm at the stage of, I already have prepared my resume and everything. So how would you help me find a job, sir?
We only help our own students.
Yeah, sure. I understand that. So once I am into your system, like yours, once I enroll and I'm resume ready. So after that, how does the process work?
Madam, this is where our sales and marketing team helps you get a job. People like you every year, about 400.
So are we applying on our own, or?
Madam, if you were to do on your own, you would be working by now, right? You would not be joining.
That's what I want to know, sir. But because I already contacted another consultancy, they said they will help us with the resume training and resume. And
what I suggest you, madam, you're in that group, right? Say that, do you see people enrolling? Do you see the requirement? Do you see some communication? Do you pay attention?
Yes, sir, but I am from Canada, so I'm just apprehensive about this thing. About
there is nothing wrong in Canada, madam. Whether it's US or Canada, both of them are democratic country. Being a woman, you should not be afraid of anything. You will get a job. These are not notorious countries, so you will get a job, madam. Of course, US being a 25 trillion economy, they have more opportunities in USA. Canada being about a 3 trillion economy, the opportunities will be less, about 9 times less, right? 1:10 ratio. But all you need is one job. Yes.
Yes, sir.
And
So
thanks to China, everything is remote. So what's the problem?
So, but I will not be, I mean, I'm not sure if I will be eligible for US,
I'm
right?
not saying US, I'm saying Canada. We operate in US and
Okay,
Canada both.
okay, sir. Now
Madam,
I
pay
understand.
attention. No, I always say US and Canada. I never say
Yeah,
US.
you said US and Canada, but sorry, maybe I missed it. Thank you for
That's
answering
okay.
the question.
No, that's okay. That's okay. So now the other question which I'm answering, you're a Canadian citizen, you want to work in US. Can I work that? The answer is yes. We have a lot of people who are Canadian citizen. That's called TN visa. There is an NAFTA treaty, NAFTA. Okay, that's a treaty between Mexico, US, and Canada, which means free mobility of the people if you're a citizen of any of these three countries. They have signed an MOU. So if you are a Canadian citizen, you can work in USA. Okay. Under the treaty, all you need is your employer to process your TN visa. So we have a lot of Canadian citizens. They have some family, friends, or whatever it is of their aspiration in the US, and they come here. And we have most of them, they're happy in Canada. So they work in Canada and they're okay with that, right? Because everything is remote. And we have a small bit of people, depending upon the client's availability, they work hybrid. They initially work in US and then they take the job in Canada and they earn in dollars, US dollars, USD. So it all depends upon, madam, the client requirement, the convenience between the client and the candidate. Now
So,
I'm
one
adding
last question, sir. How
one more
difficult it
question.
is? Sorry, sir. I just last question.
Go ahead.
How difficult it is to get the TN?
It is not difficult at all.
Okay.
You just need one letter. You need a letter from your sponsor. That is, in this case, will be GuruSchools. Okay. You go to the border, submit that to the US immigration, and they will stamp you for 3 years.
Oh, that seems easy. All right. Thank
you. You're depending upon where you live in Canada, you will just cross the border, either drive or fly, and you show your offer letter, and then that's about
it. So I will be getting offer letter from GuruSchools if I am selected.
That is correct. Yes, madam. Okay. For TN visa, if you want to work in the USA, provided you're a Canadian citizen. Yes, it's only for the citizens.
I am a Canadian citizen.
Then yes, then you're eligible for that, provided you want to work in US. But there are so many of the Canadian citizens, they are comfortable working in Canada also. Why you work in US? Because of the
No, I don't want to, sir. I just want to keep my options open.
Absolutely. Then that's a good question.
Thank you.
Okay. Have I answered, Saida, madam, to you?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
For you? Okay. Then put your hands down, please, because then there's so many of you, I get confused. Okay. So where is the training starting? Well, it's an 8-week program. Okay. The training gets repeated at least 5 or 6 times in a year, at least 5 times. Okay. So you can enroll anytime. It's like a movie theater, 9 to 12 show, 12 to 3 show, 3 to 6, 6 to 9, 9 to 12. It's a very silly question to ask. I have an unlimited day pass. When should I come to watch the movie? The movie owner will say, madam, whenever you want, or sir, whenever you want, you can come. You have an unlimited pass. If I would be you, just come now, right? Even if you are halfway through, no problem. Just sit there with your popcorn and the same movie will telecast it. And the more and more you watch the movie, the more and more you will understand the story, the songs, the plot, the characters, and everything. So the same way, the more and more you go through the training, it's live, it's interactive. Plus, you have hundreds and hundreds of recording of the previous session, right? So many of you have seen some of those YouTube links. So practice makes you perfect. So there'll be at least 200, 300, 400 videos for Salesforce admin also. You'll go through that. So day 1 of that session, day 1 of this session, more or less similar, except the student participants will be different. So at least 4, 5, 6 times it will be repeated. So you can benefit. You can always repeat as many times as you want the same training. And anyway, it's all free. Okay. So practice makes you perfect. So every day you're losing out. Somebody else is enrolling. I mean, some of you, I don't know. I would assume, Sunita, Saida, you are in the group, right? Are you in the counseling group, madam? So, Sunita, Saida, are you in the career counseling group? If you are, have you seen people enrolling, the requirement posting, and the communication? Okay, good. Okay, then you know what I'm
not me yet. I just got this link from some friend of mine. So I joined. I still don't know. You have a WhatsApp group or something? I don't know.
That is correct. So every week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, we host a council. We work 24/7. So there is a WhatsApp group. It's a career counseling group. That's where the career counselors, trainers, HR, they all are guiding and mentoring the candidates. It's a temporary group. And then all information is fed, then every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 12 noon, there's a counseling session hosted where our counselors, trainers will guide you more, will tell you more information. The students will ask more questions. That need not be for Salesforce. It could be for all 20 some skills which we have, and for that they will be talking. Okay? So send an email to training@guruschools.com or ask your friend to further guide you, who gave you this link, and then you will go from there. Okay.
Sure.
I'll take some of these questions. When is this training starting? Well, 7 days a week, 30 days a month, 365 days in a calendar year. 8 weeks training gets repeated 5 or 6 times in a calendar year. So repeat as many times as you want. Okay, whether on project, off project, you can always attend the training. You are my child, right? So you can do whatever you want. You're part of our organization. Along with the training, will you also guide and help towards actual certification? Well, all our 100+ students, employees, all certified for, well, different levels of certification. So depending upon what we are here to help you, answer is yes. What is the other? Now, these are all typically the questions candidate asks. Some of you have already asked this question, but I'll still repeat. Will you help us towards market our resume and get a job? Well, if we don't do that, we'll close down the business. So the answer is yes. We are a consulting company. That's what we do. That's where we make money. Training, we lose a lot of money. In consulting, we make money. Will you also help us towards giving project support? Obviously, right? If you were to do on your own, you will be working by now. Because you're a little struggling, that's where we are helping you. First, to make sure you get a job. Second, to make sure you keep the job. Because if you drop the ball, if you get booted out, right, it's a pain in the neck, not only for you, but for the vendor, for us, right? It's kind of an awkward situation for all of us. So it's for everybody's interest. We make sure you stay on a job. Okay, you have at least 100+ billable consultants plus the trainers. 24/7 working you. Okay, so crying baby gets some milk. Whenever you need help, you raise your hand and you get the help. So yes, you'll be getting project support. How many trainers you have giving the training verification project support? That's a loaded question. So trainers, 2-3 trainers we have for each practice. So here we have 2 lead trainers, Devendra and Amrupali, but along with that we have backup trainers. But it's not only the trainer, it's your senior consultants, the seniors, right? They're all working. So by helping you, they're also getting helped. That's the beauty, right? If I were to teach you something, even I'm getting taught. So this is all working people. Everybody holds their hand and everybody helps everybody. All you got to do is speak up, right? You're in the group, like some of you are in the counseling group. There is a Salesforce admin group, so, or whatever, BA group, or this group, or that group. So all of you in that group, with the 30, 50, 80, 100, 120, 140 people, billables are there in that group. And at any given point of time, when you ask a question, someone or the other will help you towards resolving your inquiries, project related. So 2 plus 30, 50, 80, 100, 120, depending upon how big is the practice. We're a practice, okay? So we build practices. And the beauty of building practices, there's a focus, right? So nobody drops the ball. Are these going to be virtual sessions, and are these sessions will be recorded? The answer is the technical sessions are recorded. The RRRP sessions and the job placement sessions are not recorded. Because we're giving you some tricks of the trade. We don't want these tricks of the trade to go in the open market. Well, then you lose your sheen, then you lose your advantage. So basically, this is the RRRP session, job placement sessions only meant for the enrolled candidates, and you have to be live in these sessions. Whereas the technical sessions for Salesforce admin, well, there are thousands of our sessions there. Just go, if it's that easy, all of you will be working by now, right? So there are zillions of training videos by us, by so many other training institutes. YouTube has so many things. So if you just subscribe to us on YouTube, watch these videos, the more of these videos watch, you get a basic understanding. But getting a job, it's a different beast altogether. Okay, so that's a project placement. You need a consulting company for that. So virtual instructor-led live sessions, technical sessions are recorded. That's the answer. Okay. Will there be additional practice sessions, preparatory sessions to be certification? Well, today is Saturday, so we are working. Tomorrow is Sunday. Again, we'll be working. We have a Python data science introductory tag, right? So basically, we work 7 days a week. Okay? If you like what you do, you never have to work a day in your life. My father told me once. So I like it. My trainers love it, right? We all like it because we could be in any part of the world, right? Say, I'm in Somerset, New Jersey, and you could be in Canada, Seattle, whatever, Texas, coast to coast, right? We have our billables in 46 states in the USA, in all major provinces in Canada. It's amazing. Whenever I go on vacation, people will see my LinkedIn and my Facebook status and will ping me, sir, I'm 20 miles away. I want to meet you for a coffee or lunch or dinner, right? It's funny. And it's humbling too that most of the 7,000 people, I think only 15% people I have met in my life. But remaining all of them, whenever I go somewhere, like I'm going in Alaska for a cruise, and we have someone in Canada saying, okay, where are you flying in? I'll come to the airport and I'll meet you. I got a job after 13 years and just to have a FaceTime with you, right? So it's a good thing. So we are here to help you. Okay. Practice sessions, preparatory sessions, interview session, for certification, for job support, whether it's a Monday or Sunday or Tuesday or Saturday or Friday, whether it's a morning, afternoon, evening, night, we are there for you. And again, not because what I say, okay? I guess many of you out of this 20-some, barring one, I think, rest all of you are in our group. See the communication. Send a message, take our class. Send a message. We get up at 3 a.m., midnight, and send a message. I need this help. And see whether you get help or not. Judge us. Don't go by what I talk. See our walk also. We are 24/7. So when we say that, we mean that. Okay. So whether it's your morning, afternoon, evening, night, early morning, if you ask a question, our SLA, you will get an answer. You will get a follow-up. Okay. So we are here to help you, to make sure you reach to the finish line, and we make sure you stay on the project also. Will you also help preparing for the interview and find a job? Well, it's kind of repeated. Well, if you can't get your job, we'll have to close down our business. So, unless you make money, we can't make money. We are not a training company where we are making money on your training. Everything is free for you. Training is free. Certification is free. Resume preparation is free. References is free. Vendor interview clearance is free. Client interview clearance is free. 6 months of project support is also free. So where do we make money? Well, when we make money, when you're working, as you make money. So obviously, we are more interested in placing you than most of you, okay? Because unless you make money, we lose money. Does it require any programming experience as mandatory requirement? Well, if you have programming, that's always good to have, right? But Salesforce Admin is a non-programmable track. It's a functional track. So if you're a Salesforce developer, then you need Apex programming, Java programming. That's mandatory. For Salesforce Admin or Salesforce BA, absolutely not. Can we get a remote working job? Well, pandemic, thanks to China, answer is yes. There are so many other training institutes charging a lot of money. Why this is free? Well, some of you already asked me that question. We make money, okay? This is not non-for-profit. We spend about $15,000 on you first, and then eventually we recover that money. So we spend money because your own spouse or your own sibling is not spending a penny on you. So it's a vicious cycle, right? It's expensive. Mere training costs money, certification, everything costs money. That's the reason many of you are sitting at home. If it was free, you would have enrolled. If it is free, people will take poison also just for the sake of having it. So that's where, as I said, more and more people enroll. It's a myth in IT, you need programming. No, you don't. There are about 15, 16 skills, right? BA, PO, Scrum Master, Salesforce Admin, Salesforce BA, Selenium QA, reporting, Tableau, Power BI, Snowflake, Click, and so many others. Does not require a line of coding. And the question is, why are you not taking that training and working? That's a question for you. Can I get remote working job? Well, yes, that's the way last 3 years. Nobody thought pandemic will last for 3 years, believe me. And this is happening for the first time in my life. For all these years, I'm in US or in my lifetime at least. And this is a big help for those who otherwise had sacrificed their career or never could work because of family reason. So training institutes, they can only make money in training. So that's where they charge money. We are a consulting company. We make money. When you make money, you will be on our payroll as our employee. Last question. Oh, okay. Well, you get our deposit back once you get a job through GuruSchools. So you'll see in that group, you will see, right? So-and-so, we have received deposit for so-and-so. And you get that deposit back once you complete the training and once you get a job through us. Obviously, right? There's a $500 refundable security course deposit. And that deposit gets refunded once you get a job through us, once you complete the training and once you get a job through us. So obviously, 500 will definitely not make me rich. There are so many things you are getting. But that puts your neck in line, particularly those who are ill-disciplined, not sure, doing time pass. Then you will see that you have to do it. If you don't do it, you will lose your job, you will lose your deposit. And that's what will keep the engine humming. Okay. That's pretty much what completes our counseling session. If nobody has any other question, I thank you all for your time. If you have any questions, work with your HR. We are well over our allotted time. I thank you sincerely for giving us your precious time. Enjoy the rest of the weekend and our best wishes for your career. Okay. For those we are meeting you for the first time, happy, healthy, wealthy, prosperous 2023. And be assured we are here to help you. If you are not in our counseling group, drop an email to training@guruschools.com, what you see on the screen. Our HR will help you, guide you, mentor you, and we look forward to working with you. Thank you all for your time. Devendra sir, anything else from your side? Devendra Amrapali?
No, all good. Thanks.
Okay. Thank you both of you for giving your time also.